Activists against Atlanta's Public Safety Training Center are celebrating. A judge just granted bond to 3 community organizers arrested for financial crimes, and that ruling coming just days before one of the most anticipated votes for the Atlanta City Council over funding the controversial training center. Atlanta News First Patrick Quinn joining us live from Atlanta City Hall, and this is a long-fueled fight, and it comes to a head Monday, Patrick.
And Rick, from city officials that I've spoken with today, they are bracing for Monday, expecting hundreds of people to crowd inside and outside of City Hall. And of course, on the line is that controversial Public Safety Training Center public funding, what will be $31 million in taxpayer spending, plus the city being on the hook for a 30-year lease agreement with the Atlanta Police Foundation. Meanwhile, today, activists against this project say they got a win today in DeKalb County Court. 3 activists against the Public Safety Training Center wearing orange in court in DeKalb County Friday will soon be back in street clothes after a judge granted them bond. The state argued the 3 were a risk to the public if they left before trial. Judge James Altman was unconvinced by the state's case.
I don't find it real impressive, and there's not a lot of meat on the bones of thousands of dollars going to fund illegal activities.
On Wednesday, Atlanta police raided this house in Edgewood and arrested Marlon Scott Counts, Savannah Patterson, and Adele McClain. The 3 were charged with charity fraud and money laundering. The state argued they funded illegal activity, including acts of vandalism and violence, at the site of the Public Safety Training Center. In the arrest warrants acquired by Atlanta News First, the state ties them to a group called Defend the Atlanta Forest, an organization classified by the U.S. Department of Homeland Security as domestic violent extremists. In court, the state prosecutor said police went through the activists' trash cans at their house and found one of their diaries.
And most critically, there was a quote from one of the diaries that talked about how to do it. It said, radicalize liberals using subversive materials without encouraging state solutions.
The defense attorney for the activists argued the 3 simply organized a bail fund and are not criminals.
They should be honored for that. You know, this is something that makes our country great, not something that leads to people being imprisoned.
And critics of these arrests said that they were politically motivated. Those 3 activists, they were given bond, $15,000 bond each. They do come with some restrictions. They have to turn in their passport. Meanwhile, that city council meeting on Monday, it will be at 1 o'clock. We just got a notice that some in-person operations typically held at City Hall on Monday will be held virtually instead. Live in downtown Atlanta, Patrick Quinn, Atlanta News First.